Welcome to Flick Club. It's like a book club, but for movies. I'm Taft the Man, and on this channel, we're going to discuss awesome movies. On the 1st of April 2025, Hollywood star Val Kilmer died at the age of 65. I wondered to myself how I would pay tribute to this actor with such a vast body of work. I watched Top Gun, I watched Heat, Tombstone, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and they're all great showcases of his talent. But then I figured I'd go with the first time I ever saw Val Kilmer in a movie. Batman Forever. The movie starts off with Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face, on a mission to kill Batman. He stages some sort of hostage situation, knowing Batman will come to the rescue, which he does. What follows is an action sequence involving a bank vault being hoisted by a helicopter with Batman stuck inside it and filling up with boiling acid. Honestly, you need to watch the movie to understand that sentence. Anyway, Two-Face eventually escapes, but it's at this same hostage situation where Batman meets Dr. Chase Meridian, a clinical psychologist. She's played by Nicole Kidman, and she immediately has the hots for Batman. Back at Wayne Enterprises, Bruce Wayne meets Edward Nygma, a weird scientist who works in what seems like the sort of R&D department of Wayne Enterprises. He's invented some thingamajig that reads people's brainwaves, and he wants Bruce to add some more funding to the project to work out some kinks, I guess. But Bruce Wayne refuses. He's worried that the device has the potential to manipulate people's minds. Edward is enraged, and the admiration he had for Bruce basically turns into hatred. He starts anonymously sending Bruce weird notes with riddles in them. This is how Batman, but now as Bruce Wayne, gets involved with Dr. Meridian. He consults her about the notes, and they both conclude that the sender is a psycho, and a romance between the two begins. Bruce and Chase are out on a date at the circus, I know, right? Where a family of trapeze artists are performing. They are called the Flying Graysons. Dick Grayson is the youngest member of this family. Batman fans will note that Dick Grayson is Robin's real name. Two-Face crashes the circus and brings a bomb that will go off unless Batman reveals his true identity. And Bruce Wayne actually tries to, but there's so much noise from the panic that nobody hears him screaming, "I'm Batman!" The Flying Graysons try defusing the bomb, which is high up in the rafters of the arena, but they are killed by Two-Face, and Dick Grayson is the only survivor. Bruce, feeling bad for the kid, takes him in. Edward, who has now fully become the Riddler, teams up with Two-Face, and they commit a bunch of robberies to finance Edward's new company, Nygma Tech, which mass produces his brainwave machines so he can suck Gotham citizens' IQs through their TVs. Maximum suspension of disbelief is needed for this movie. On the other hand, Dick Grayson has discovered Bruce Wayne is Batman and wants him to train him so he can kill Two-Face as revenge for killing his family. Bruce refuses, wanting Dick to move on instead of being consumed by revenge. You see, Bruce has fallen in love with Chase Meridian and wants to retire as Batman. She's also in love with Bruce, having gotten over her infatuation with Batman. Two-Face and the Riddler, who by now know Batman's identity, kidnap Chase from Wayne Manor, and Batman and Robin team up to go and rescue her. More Batman vs. villains shenanigans occur, and Two-Face dies while the Riddler goes crazy and ends up locked up in Arkham Asylum. Now, this version of Batman is nothing like the dark, gritty iterations steeped in realism we've grown accustomed to since Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy and Matt Reeves' The Batman. This version is very much a movie of the 90s. It's flashy, campy, and very over the top. Tommy Lee Jones, who plays Two-Face, plays him whimsically, almost like the Joker. Jim Carrey is, well, Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Perfectly cast though. Val Kilmer's performance was referred to as having a deftly understated comic edge by Peter Travers of Rolling Stone magazine, and I can't think of a more perfect way to describe it. He balanced the heaviness of Bruce Wayne's torment over his parents' death, triggered by witnessing the death of Dick Grayson's parents, with the comedy that came from sparking up a romance with Dr. Chase Meridian as both Batman and Bruce Wayne. There's a hilarious part where Chase finally decides she wants to be with Bruce Wayne and tells Batman, and he pretends to be sad. There's no doubt that Val Kilmer was a heartthrob, so his casting in this role obviously makes sense. But I found his comedic chops were also on display in this movie, and they would later be fully displayed in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang alongside Robert Downey Jr. In conclusion, I'd say when watching Batman Forever, don't judge it too harshly because it is a product of its time. But it's a good way to lighten up if, like us here at Flick Club, you've been on a spree of watching Val Kilmer's hits, which tend to lean on the more serious side. Settling upon Batman Forever from his vast filmography was a difficult decision, as we had in fact written whole scripts on Top Gun and Heat. Val Kilmer was an extremely talented actor with an incredible range. He will be sorely missed. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. If you like the content I make here, support the channel by subscribing. And don't forget to drop a like when you find a video that you like. Also, invite family, friends, and other movie lovers to subscribe to the channel.